The Mega City Experience Podcast, hosted by Castro and JYG. It's the Mega City Boys, baby.
You niggas gonna get this work, you hear me?
Videocast. Is that what they're called, these things? Or
Hi,
is it still called
everybody.
podcast?
I think it's called podcast.
It's still a podcast.
It's podcast,
right?
but it's a video podcast.
It is
It's
a video
version.
podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Mega City Podcast, and it's going to be really hard for me not to look at that computer while I'm talking to you guys out there.
Yeah.
It is 2018.
It is January 4th,
Hey,
2018. And it's cold as fuck.
it's brick.
And for anyone who knows me knows I'm a cold guy. I love cold air, but man, this is legit cold. It's legit cold outside.
It's fucking cold. And just before we talk about how cold this motherfucker is, I gotta address a couple of things. One, it's the new year.
Yeah.
We want to say Happy New Year's to y'all. I hope y'all did your New Year's resolutions and all that. Got them all set and everything. The other thing that I want to say, we're broadcasting from my crib, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Got the Malcolm X in the back. Not too shabby, you know what I mean?
Respect to the brothers of the past. There you go.
Kaepernick and all that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in my PJs. These are my PJs. I'm not getting dressed to do these podcasts. So every time you see me doing a podcast, if I'm not already dressed, I'm going to look like this. And this is not how I normally look. But this is comfortable as fuck.
This ain't my PJs. If I was in my PJs, it'd be just my boxers and like a t-shirt.
That'd be a little homo.
It is, but that's
Nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that. But that's
I'm
my
just
PJs.
saying, I feel a little gay.
That's how I roll at home.
we're
That's
too-
my PJs.
Yeah, one of us would have to make a sacrifice.
Yeah. I have to go home after, so I can't go out in my boxers and t-shirt.
And because I'm home, I was just talking to JYG. Of course, I'm your host, Castro. This is
Yes,
JYG.
I
He's
am.
back. He hasn't been here for a while.
been a
But
minute.
we haven't been here for a while either.
It's true.
So I'm at home, and I had to turn the AC, well, not the AC, the heat off, because it was making too much noise and it would have fucked up this video. And I hope I'm projecting my voice properly. If not, then this is not going to work.
I'm sure they hear you just fine.
I hope so.
We hope so.
So we were just talking about not turning on the heat.
Yeah.
I had the heat up at 23.5 because I like it hot.
Yeah.
I had to turn it down because I didn't want it to interfere with the sound coming into the video and
Yeah.
into the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you were telling me that you haven't turned the heat
I haven't
on?
turned the heat on once this winter.
That's crazy to me.
And I was explaining, I think it's because, you know what? I think it's because my neighbors above me, below me, each side, I don't know. I think they probably have their heat blasting. Maybe I'm just getting secondary heat from it. I have no idea. But I'm literally sitting at home like it's like summer and I got my AC on. I got like my shorts and I literally walk around in just shorts and a t-shirt. I sleep in shorts, my boxer shorts, and a t-shirt.
That's crazy because you.
That's it.
Because you do that. I mean, I remember when I used to do that, when I didn't turn the heat on, but there's a difference. I used to dress like I was living at my mama's house, because you know when you live at your mama's house, the heat's extra low. It's like a 19, not even 19, 18.5, because they don't want the hydro to go up. All I ever hear my mama complain about was, hey, yo, the hydro bill is killing me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but it's cold outside. We need to be heated.
Yeah.
So even when I have it at 23.5, I'm still double layered. Even right now, under this, I got a thermal under this. This is a thermal, and usually I have another shirt
It's
on.
a habit that you've adopted.
No, because it's cold.
It's a habit you've
it's
adopted.
No, it's cold because if you can see, you guys won't be able to see this, but if you can see, there's no blind. I have blinds, but I like to keep them up.
Yeah.
So that lets in a lot of cold. And I have a lot of big windows. I don't know if you got big windows as well, if you got smaller windows.
Yeah, I do. I got big windows, yeah.
Yeah, all about big windows.
And in my
you know what I mean?
bedroom, I got the access to the balcony.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So your bedroom should be cold.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
It's weird. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same effect in some, like summer. People blast their AC. I don't get that fucking cool effect.
Yeah.
But I guess I get the heat effect. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, I don't need no stinking heat. I can handle the cold.
Listen, Gary.
Boom.
Yo, JYG is just like this. Yo, JYG is exact. Have you seen that Man's Not Hot? video?
Oh yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
You're like him.
I've seen that. Or whatever the heck that beat says.
Ski pop 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 pop.
Oh,
Ski pop.
God.
Yo, man's never hot.
You know what?
Yo, you come in my house, you got a sweater on. It's like 24 degrees in here. Sweat come off your bro.
It was warm when I got in here, man. I'm glad you turned the heat off. I was gonna have to take this hoodie off.
Bro, man's never hot.
Man's not a.
Man's not
Did
hot.
you see the stuff on the internet about that guy? They said if you played that song at a certain time before New Year's, right at midnight, he'll start doing that scrap bap bap or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
So all the little hoodlings who like that song could literally start going scrap bap bap at midnight with it.
The song.
That would have been funny.
Funny.
I'll give him credit though. I give the man credit. That guy's got guy created a buzz.
All right. Well, here's a bombshell.
I'll give him credit.
Here's a bombshell because, so Big Shaq, I know who you are, bro. I know who you are, Big Shaq. I know your government. So I was watching this movie the other day called Kidulthood. Kidulthood. All one word.
Kidulthood.
Like kid.
Adulthood.
And adulthood together.
Oh wow!
So
all right.
Kidulthood.
All right.
Right. There's a whole series of these movies. I have to finish watching Adulthood, which I've already watched, but these are such good movies. I gotta watch them again.
Fair enough.
So I watched Kidulthood, and there was this black dude, and it's an English movie. They're all in England, so it's situated in England. So Kidulthood.
Yeah.
Has this black dude that looked like Big Shaq, and I was just like, yo, was that Big Shaq before Big Shaq?
Was it him?
I had to check, so I checked.
All right.
I checked and I searched for Big Shaq, and I actually found out, and it made sense now. It made sense why that song is so trash. So, the reason why it makes sense.
Oh my God.
The reason why it makes sense is he's an actor. But he wasn't in that movie.
But he is an actual actor. So that causing you to find out if it was him, finding out it wasn't him, but you found out he actually is an actor.
Yeah, he is.
So him playing stupid and doing all
Big
that stuff
is
is
a parody.
just part of who it is.
It's a
parody of
yeah, he's also a comedian. Yeah, so he's also a comedian. So, so Big Shaq.
Well, more power to you then.
I know what you. I see you, bro. Man's Not Hot is a parody, and I like the song. I even like. Have you seen them break down the lyrics?
No.
It was crazy.
First of all, I would never even bother wanting to look
No. You gotta watch it.
You know what I did look up? I looked up Black Thought's 10-minute freestyle.
Oh, but that's classic. That's a classic in itself. It's a classic.
That's the greatest freestyle of all time.
No, it's not.
Straight.
It's not the greatest freestyle.
There was no hesitation. Nothing, dude. Your boy, okay? I think your own boy, the guy you admire so much, your boy Budden, I think even is on record saying that's the greatest freestyle of all time.
Yeah, but Joe Budden has to say that.
He doesn't have to say that.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't have to say that.
He's opinionated. There's no way he doesn't have to say that.
Oh, first of all, I'm not saying that Black Thought's freestyle wasn't a classic.
Oh.
It is a classic freestyle.
Unbelievable.
However, what I'm saying is not the best freestyle ever. It's the best freestyle of 2017, maybe. I mean, I saw a bunch of freestyles that I really liked. I mean, in terms of a 15-minute right off the top, I think that's crazy. I haven't seen anybody do that ever.
Never.
But I've seen Los do freestyles that are 5-6 minute. Better bars.
Are you talking King Los or are you talking
King Los? Yeah.
Okay, good.
I've seen him do it. I've seen other folks do freestyles.
Oh yeah. I've seen really good freestyles that are like maybe
5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. Sort of.
What he did was.
I've never seen a 15 minutes flawless.
Yeah.
And just to let you know how hard that is. Just today, I tried to rap a verse on my Insta vid, and I couldn't do it.
Of your own, like freestyle?
No, it was my own freestyle. Okay. I ain't doing that shit. Y'all not gonna hear me freestyle, but if y'all want to hear me rap, I got some rap in the cut that I found on my answering machines from back in the days.
You still have that?
I found them. I found like 6 songs, and I'm listening to them now, and I'm like, no bullshit. I'm like, these are pretty nice.
That you wrote.
Yeah, well, I freestyled them. So the way
Well, I will say this. Back in high school, I remember him writing like lyrics on his like pad. I swear to God.
He was in the pad.
And then
it was our what do you call those things that they give us in high school? Calendars, those those books.
Planners, the daily planners. Yeah. And he used to also, when like the internet first started blowing up, this guy used to go on. I forgot the website. I forgot
the website.
And this guy would actually go post his stuff, and people would actually like legit compliment him.
Yeah.
He could actually, truly.
You know the funny thing is, when I was doing it, because I'm such a hard critic of myself, nothing I do is ever good enough in my eyes. I thought everything I did back then was completely
man, you were good.
Tridash.
You were good.
And then I realized when we were on that freestyle board, I think it was a common sense freestyle board. I think it was a common page, and he had a freestyle board where people would freestyle, and I would write my freestyle, and I didn't get a lot of, oh, that's Tridash. I would get every now and then, yo, that's dope. But I didn't realize that the internet wasn't even big back then.
Not
So the audience, if I was doing what I was doing back then, today, people would I'd probably get more acclaim.
You would.
For the shit that I was doing.
You could be doing something completely different as an adult.
Maybe. I don't know.
You could have been a ghostwriter.
Maybe. Or I could have just been a rapper.
Or you could have been a rapper.
Big Castro, check the stats. No, don't do that.
That's right.
Don't check my stats.
Don't check
them.
Don't check the stats.
But I have some shit in the cut. One freestyle I did was really dope. I said some shit about Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey, and I think my stepbrother, Carl. He was like, "Oh shit, that is crazy." It was like, some shit I had on my mind.
Talented.
The way I would write these things, I wouldn't write them. So all the stuff that I have in the cut wasn't written because I can't. For some reason, I never translated how to read off written freestyle because there's a cadence that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And so what I would do is I would turn the beat on, spit some shit, and then go, oh, that's good. Keep that. Turn the beat back on, spit that shit, and then add to it. And then go, nah, I like that. Put that part on, add to it, and then like it, and then keep that, and then add it. And then I would get like this whole verse.
Yeah.
Or maybe like an 8-bar, because I wouldn't do more than 8, I don't think. Maybe 8 or 16, probably more likely an 8. So I'd probably do 8 bars of freestyle, and then I would memorize it, and then I roll everything back and start from the beginning.
Nice.
And then spit that 8-bar fire until I got it exactly the way I wanted, cadence I wanted, and whatever. And then that's how I would write that shit.
I like it.
But I have some. One of these days, I'm gonna play it in the cut for y'all. The boy,
it's coming.
Could have rhymed back when he was
in his straight from the old days,
late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, he was good. Honest to God, he was good.
Nah, that's alright.
He was good.
He
turned me. This is the guy. He turned me on to Eminem. I remember we were in class. He looked at me and said, "You ever heard Eminem?" I go, "Nah." He goes, "You should listen to this guy." And I literally went and bought the album like that day.
Oh, I was turning on people to a bunch of stuff. I turned on, and I know some of you folks that are listening to this will remember that I gave you this shit. I would buy these CDs and copy them and hand out CDs. A couple of CDs I hand out. I'll start off with Sporty Thieves. I don't know how many Sporty Thieves CDs I handed out after I bought Sporty Thieves. I was like, yo, nobody's rhyming like these guys.
To this day, Feds is my favorite track by Sporty Thieves.
Telling you.
I love that.
I used to hand these out like hotcakes. Another set of CDs I gave out when 50 Cent came out, and I had Power of a Dollar, the unreleased album, and all his mixtape. I was bumping that in the car, and people would come in the car and be like, yo, who this? And then as soon as 50 Cent got big, I stopped bumping that shit because I was like, nah, he popped now. So I stopped bumping that. And then 18 Joe Budden mixtape. When I heard that first 18 Joe Budden mixtape, and I think the tape is called Salutations.
Was that what set you off to Joe?
Yeah, and Stack, and all the Jersey niggas that I listen to right now. So when I got that 18 Joe Budden mixtape, I didn't know who Joe Budden was. I didn't know who the A-Team was. But I heard that mixtape, and these niggas was saying some shit. Oh my god, they were talking some shit. One of my favorite lines that I can remember was when I think it was either Ran or Hitch he goes, "When it comes to coca, my girl flush it down the toilet like Ray Liotta."
Ooh,
that's from that movie.
That's from Goodfellas.
Goodfellas when they were flushing that
down
the toilet.
They came to the.
I was like,
right
oh shit, they killed it.
Right near the end.
Yeah, so they kill that shit. And they had some crazy shit. I remember Joe saying, when it comes to beef, I'm just in the hood. It's just me in the hood with just Captain America's shield. I was just like, oh, these guys were talking some shit. Mm-hmm. And then Stack Bundles was on that mixtape, but I hated Stack at that time.
At that time, you're a big fan of him now.
Yeah, but at that time I was like, this is trash.
Yeah. And
then I heard Bidding War. So Stack Bundles mixtape, was it Bidding War or Raps Makeover? I think I heard Bidding War. And I was just like, this is a fucking classic. To this day, Stack Bundles mixtape, Bidding War. If you haven't heard it, go get it. Please go get that. Best rapper to never do it. He doesn't have an official album, but anything that you get from him right now, Bidding War, Raps Makeover, Legends Never Die, any of the Riot Squad mixtape, Riot Stack Gang, Volume 1, 2, and 3. If you get any of those, you will hear the best rap you'll ever hear.
Facts, all your favorite rappers are fans of Stack Bundles.
Exactly.
I'm telling you that's a fact. If you ever meet one of your favorite rappers, ask them if they're a fan of Stack Bundles, and they will tell you yes, without question. They will say yes.
So I can't believe I thought Stack was trash, but that's how I got into all these the Jersey rap game, and everything. But I'm telling you, man, I was giving out these mixtapes like crazy. I remember back in the days, if you had a CD burner, you were the man, because you didn't have to buy mixtapes anymore. You could burn them yourself. And I remember I used to play around on this internet shit when they were doing real audio, like real audio. And then I realized that you can't just take real audio and put it on a CD. You have to take real audio and convert it to wave if you wanted to burn it on a CD. Then you can burn it. So we were taking real audio tracks because the internet was slow as molasses back then.
Oh my god!
And so real audio would turn a file into kilobytes, and then when you turn it into a wave, it turned into megabytes. For all you computer heads out there, it just means taking a heavily compressed file and blowing it back up to not so heavily compressed. And then once CDs were out and we started running with those big yellow CDs.
Oh yeah, dude. The big ass Discmans.
We used to do. Oh, I had
and you have to carry it or put it in your big jacket pocket because it wouldn't.
There wasn't a fucking pocket big enough to hold. It wouldn't fit in your pants.
Shit. There's no way. I don't care what you're wearing.
Yo,
track
the
pants,
CD,
jeans.
They
I
were
don't care what. They're like
big,
this.
yo.
They're like this.
And then they got slim, right?
Yeah.
Remember they were bulky, and then they got slim, and then they put in the anti-skip. One of the worst things that could happen to you when you were a CD is that you might have been walk, or you weren't even running. You did like a light skip, and then the CD would go, and you'd be like, the fuck, and it'll skip ahead of the track. And then they hit that anti-skip, and then they got thin. They got real thin. They were almost the same size as the CD itself.
Yeah, I remember that.
And if you had an anti-skip thin CD player, you was the man, because now you could put it in that inside jacket pocket.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you were walking it in your hand like it was a plate.
Yep.
You were just CD player like a plate.
And everyone could see you got one on you. Everybody could see you got one.
Now,
on
this is how you know we old.
Yeah.
And you can see our grays now, which I'm very proud of my.
Salt with my pepper.
I'll call it that. I call these wisdom hairs.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
No, it's salt. This is salt with my pepper. That's what that is. That's what that is.
So, and then we went to MD players, and then MD players turned to MP3s.
Yeah.
So MP3s was more compressed than waves. So we would take real audio, and then we'll put MP3s. And as the internet connection got from 56K to what we have today, real audio is now Tridash, and now we're just fucking with MP3s and MP4.
This right here blows away everything that we had when we were the youngins.
I have over on my iPhone. I have over 10,000 tracks on my iPhone. I'm actually lying. I probably have about nearly actually, yeah, 10,000 tracks on my iPhone right now. Oh, I'm gonna show you how much I have on this because music is my thing, and I don't know why I can't log into my goddamn iPhone. But how much tracks do I have on this?
Does it tell you the total?
Yeah, it'll tell me how much tracks on it. So I have about 26,000 songs on this iPhone. 26.
26,000.
It says how many songs it says?
20. Oh my God.
26.
So if you sat and pressed play at the first song,
oh, I'd be old.
how long do you think that's going to take to go from start to finish uninterrupted?
Hold on. All right, let's do the math. Let's say the average song is what?
3 minutes.
3.5
3 and a
minutes?
half minutes.
Yeah, okay, so let's say 3 minutes.
3.5 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes.
So what's 3 minutes?
Let's find out right now.
So 3 minutes is 60 seconds.
It's 180 seconds.
So 180 seconds. So 180 seconds
Oh my God.
times
26,000.
26,000 divided by 60 seconds will give us the hours. That's correct, right?
I guess.
78,000 hours of music.
I'm not not mathematicians. If we're wrong, too bad.
Y'all check my math on that. So what we
Too
did,
bad.
what we did was 60
Oh my God.
times 3 gives us
my
180 minutes times 26,000 gives us that many minutes. So it gives us 4,680 minutes. Then you want to divide that back by 60 to get your
Per hour.
right?
So 78,000 hours.
78,000 hours. Fact check that, y'all.
God.
So a lot of people, I always run into people that go,
So hold on, 24 hours in a day.
oh, how many days is that?
78.
We're gonna take it a step further.
Divided by 24, 3,250 days.
Of music.
Yeah. So it would take you. And there's 365 days of the year. I can't believe we're doing this. It would take you 8.9 years
To listen to everyone
to
straight
finish
through.
every track without stopping.
Straight through.
Mathematicians, if we're wrong,
I need y'all
prove
to
it.
fact check this because
but that is disgusting.
no, it's not.
8 years, 9 months worth of fucking music.
Hey,
Oh.
listen, music is what feelings sound like. You know what I mean? And I need to have music around me all
Then
the time.
you are one of the people who could never say I had nothing to listen to if you went on a cross-country, cross-planet trip.
No.
You are stuck on a plane for 15, 20 hours, China, whatever it is.
I'm
You
good.
cannot be bored.
No, I can't be bored. And that's definitely facts right there.
Wow, dude. Wow. I think I only have like 100 songs on my phone. I don't want more than
But you probably do you subscribe to Spotify,
Nothing.
Apple Music?
Nothing.
Okay, so here's the thing.
None of that.
Some people will subscribe to Spotify.
Although I do want to get on Spotify. Because I'm not an Apple guy, obviously. I'm a Samsung guy.
Well, yeah, that's true. And then or Apple Music or Google Music.
Oh yeah, that's right. I could get on Google Music. That's right.
All my shit is on Google Music too. So
dope.
So I have a great setup. I'm gonna tell you about myself. This is a really nerdy podcast.
This is very nerdy.
This is not what I expected.
No,
but again, the last
not at
couple of
all.
podcasts is not what we expected. But anyhow, so this is what I do with my setup, and I'm gonna drop some game on you guys right now. So some people will pay $9.99 a month and do their own Spotify. They'll do Spotify or they'll do what's Jay-Z's thing he's got now, Tidal, or you'll do Google Music, or you'll have some sort of paid services.
Yeah.
What I do is and bear with me right now. My computer likes to log me out, and I like to log in just to make sure it's recording. I got trust issues, but so what I do is those paid services curates music for you.
Yeah.
It will curate the music for you. But what I like to do, I like to control my own destiny, and that's a big thing for me. And it's funny because not just music, but everything. I feel like I want to be in control. So again, control issues. So I curate my own music. So there are times I will be at my computer. So I have another computer in that room over there, and there'll be times that I'll be at that computer and I'll be there for 3-4 hours just grabbing music.
Yeah, why not?
And I discovered some music that I like. I have albums that when I put my shit on shuffle, it's like, oh, what's this?
Yep.
I always surprise myself because I forget the time where I downloaded
26,000 fucking songs.
Oh,
of course you're gonna forget 1 or 2,000 of them. Come on, dude.
Well, my Google library has about 30,000 songs on my Google library right now. So there's about 30,000 songs on my Google library. So the setup that I use that I'll drop on you. If you have an iPhone, I would definitely suggest that when you sync music or you add music to iTunes or you buy music and you add it to iTunes, what you would like to do is you'd like to download Google Music Manager and run that in the background. It runs in the background all the time. So every time you add music to your Google, sorry, your iTunes, it will upload it to Google.
Really?
Yeah, so it uploads it to Google, so I get it to my Google Music. The
Yeah.
reason why I have that set up is that on my home computer system, which is not a computer system, my home computer entertainment
This
system.
is straight up an entertainment system.
Yeah, right? And I have a
Yeah.
computer. I bought a new computer there.
I see that.
It's fast as fuck for no reason.
I see that.
But what happens is when I want to play music in here, I use Google Music. You know why I use Google Music, Apple? Get your shit together. I use Google Music for one reason. They have this great thing on Google Music that I love, and it's called Instamix. So I can play a song that I like, and I can go Instamix, and then it will play songs that fit that song.
Really?
In that same
So it
category.
matches beats and it like a
I don't know
DJ
how
would?
I don't know how it does that shit,
All
but
right.
it doesn't.
But it works.
But it curates music
Yeah.
based on that one song, and they all kind of fit that mood or that
Google
flow.
Music.
You know what I mean? You gotta give them a slow clap.
That's a slow clap.
And also shout out for Google Music for updating my Google Music storage space to 50,000 songs.
And he's gonna fill it, I guarantee.
I am gonna fill
There's
it.
no doubt
and then
in
I'm
my
gonna
mind.
and then I'm gonna open another account and put
And fill
another
those
50,
motherfuckers up. Oh my
Yeah, I mean,
God.
just so I can have both on my entertainment system.
That's good. That's
and so
smart.
I use this front end called Google Music Player, which is it's a standalone player based off the web-based player.
Yeah.
Which means I can do a lot more, and I can do. It's not offline; it's connected, but it's just gives me more control of the player of what I want to do. But it's the
Nice.
exact same interface as Google Music. The exact same. You get the exact same function set, but I love it, and that's how I curate music for myself. So when I'm at home and I'm entertaining and I want to do something, I'll just put on an Instamix of whatever, and it'll play for a little bit, or I'll throw on some albums that I really love,
Yeah.
and entertain whoever's here or whatever, and that's how I do that.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah, drop some knowledge on you.
Support smaller artists too. Don't just support the big
Yeah,
artists.
so one of the things that I do,
Support
just so you
smaller
know,
artists.
is that artists that I love and I really enjoy their music, I buy their albums. I buy albums that are good. And if the album is really good and I can't live without it, I'll go out and buy it. There's some artists that I've never heard of that I've discovered on SoundCloud. So most of the artists that I discover is from SoundCloud or this website that I'm not going to let y'all know because that's for me. Y'all got to find that shit yourself. But I'll discover, it's a hip hop website, but it doesn't do just hip hop. It does alternative pop, neo soul, R&B,
Nice.
real
Nice.
R&B, and then new school R&B. And I discover a lot of my music there. So I'll find an artist, and sometimes I can't find their catalog online, so I just end up buying it because the music is so good. I'm just like, listen, I gotta support this. Or I find an artist that I know that needs support and they drop good music. I'll go out and buy the album because it's important for you guys to support it. So please support the artists that you love. If you love them, support them. If you don't love them, download that shit for free if you
straight
can
up.
find it. Anyhow, New Year's, new me. Did you do any New Year's resolution? Did you do anything for
No,
New Year's?
no.
I don't do New Year's
I
resolution.
I don't make resolutions.
Yeah, I'll break them.
I just don't see the point, really. What I do, like this year, I'm just motivated this year to do stuff.
Oh, I'm totally.
Like I don't have a resolution. I just motivated, and if anyone the people I know who have me on Facebook or Instagram, they've seen the little video I made about what it is. I'm very motivated by anger, love, sadness, and just my own personal growth. And if that's not enough to motivate me to do whatever the heck it is I want to do this year, why create a resolution if you don't have your own personal motivation?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys how I kind of get ready for the new year. So this year, I actually got the opportunity because last year I was in a relationship last year on New Year's. So I wonder if I didn't. I was a good boy, so there's nothing, no repercussions. I'm letting y'all know that I was in a relationship.
Hey, no repercussions. That's a good start.
So y'all know that I was in a relationship last year, and we ended up going out for New Year's, which was fun because the prior New Year's I was home alone, but in a different mind state. This New Year's, I stayed home because I wanted to be in a different mind state. So I stayed home by myself, and around Christmas, New Year's time, I kind of pull away from everybody and everything because I'm recharging, refocusing. And this year, I actually refocus more than I ever done before. And I get sad and I get mildly depressed because shit doesn't look like the way I want it to look like. It's not going the way I want it to look like. Except for last year while I was in a relationship, I did not get too sad, but I was not truly happy. Not with the relationship. I wouldn't say it was the relationship. I would say it was more so something was not making me happy. And then later on I figured out that I wasn't also happy in a relationship for unrelated reasons, which I'm not going to get into in this podcast or any podcast ever, because I actually respect the young lady really much.
You respect somebody, you don't bring that shit on.
Nah, it wasn't. But it wasn't a big deal. It's just one of those things that ends up happening in all relationship. It was, to me, it was just one of those things. Anyways, not going to dwell on that. But so this year, what I end up doing, I always do a vision board, and I always do an accounting of what I wanted to do last year versus what I accomplished. So I'm looking at the shit that I accomplished, and I'm like, I didn't accomplish shit this year. I mean, and what I mean by accomplish shit is that my life hasn't changed the way that I wanted it to change. Yeah. So I did accomplish some stuff. My career, which was my major focus last year, is humming along quite well. You know what I mean? So I'm doing the damn thing with my career. Not only that, I think I got like a fucking few IQ smarter. I don't know what happened, but I'm back to fresh out of university smartness, which was something that I cannot explain to you, but I can tell you how it happened and how I noticed it. So that kind of happened for me. But in terms of doing things, I didn't get my hats thing that I wanted to do.
I do remember you wanted to do that.
I wanted to do that. I still want to do that, but I didn't get that off yet. The podcast, I did an okay job of doing it, but I didn't go all the way in it. And this year, I'm going to go all the way fucking in. So what I ended up doing this year to prepare myself for the new year, I put down my list of focus, and these are all tangible things that I can account for. I think the year before, I did not put tangible things that I can account for. Yeah. I put things that I wanted to have happen in my life, but not stuff that I could account for and then say, did you do it or did you not? Yeah. It's either a yes or no answer. So this year I have tangible things that I'm not going to share with you because I want you all to see that I'm going to do it. But the one thing that I want to let you know is that my focus is so different this year because now it's all powered by my calendar. Everything's in my fucking calendar now. It tells me when to work out. It tells me when to do my Spanish. I'll let you know that I'm trying to learn Spanish. And that's one of my focuses. It'll tell me when to do my Spanish, and it'll tell me when to do anything that I want to accomplish. So it's all in my calendar. I updated my calendar.
Constant reminders.
Yeah. And then I accounted for it by putting it into my accomplished list. Now I can check that off. And I've been doing well so far. The other thing that I did to prepare for this New Year's that I told you about is the Vices.
Oh yeah.
So the things that I'm doing with Vices this year is I started off in November, and it wasn't just the Vices that that I was doing it. I just said no sugar,
Yeah.
and I didn't have sugar for 2 weeks in November because I ate like a fucking cake in 2 days, and then another cake before that, and I was like, yo, I'm getting chubby again. So I was putting on weight on my stomach, and obviously my focus is to be ripped. You know what I mean? So in December, I said no sugar for December, and I did not have any sugar. And I want y'all to understand, because I have this forum now to talk to you, what I mean by when I say no sugar. When I say no sugar, I actually mean that I'm not eating cake, pastries, or anything with unnecessary sugars. So what I am eating is well, I'll tell you what I'm getting my sugars from. I'm getting my sugars from carbs, of course, because you can't avoid those. I'm getting my sugar from orange juice, which has 26 grams of sugar in the orange juice that I have. I buy the Oasis brand orange juice because it apparently says it's real orange juice. I get my sugar from yogurt, and that's the only sugar I was getting. Oh, and coconut water, which has about 11 grams of sugar in coconut water.
I've never had that. I hear it's good.
It's delicious, and it's 11 grams of sugar. I do not drink juice. I was drinking apple juice, but I don't drink any other juice right now. In my fridge, all that you will see in my fridge in terms of juice is water, orange juice, and coconut water. And
nice.
then if I have juice in there, like I have a bunch of stuff in there, but it's not for me because I don't drink them. They've probably been in the fridge for as long as I've lived here. I have a lot of alcohol in there, Red Bull and all that shit. That's for my guests. If they want something, they can have it. Because when I first moved in here, I wanted to entertain.
Of course.
So that's some
entertain.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta end up with
He ain't entertaining me.
Yeah,
tell you that.
But sometimes she gotta end up with an end up. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
So I didn't do the sugar.
Yeah.
This month I'm not smoking weed because I used to smoke. I smoke every night to help me go to sleep, and I'm not doing that because I wanted to give my body a rest. I also wanted to be able to enjoy smoking again because your body builds a tolerance for the THC, and you don't feel it anymore. At the end of the month, I'm going high, I'm going deep. I want to see fractals when I have some edibles and smoke. I'm going deep. And just so you know, for those of you who haven't smoked or think that there's a stigma about it, I actually do. I still think that there's a stigma about it, but believe me.
No, there's definitely a stigma.
I might want to say that smoking might have helped me bring back my cognitive superiority.
Nice
that I'd lost.
Good wording.
Yeah,
good wording.
I had to throw in a big word.
Smart as hell.
Yeah, but it did bring back my cognitive functions that I thought I lost when I wasn't really using my brain the way I should, because I had this shitty job where I was focusing on something that I shouldn't have been focusing on. And then in February, I'm giving up. Let me just say, I'm going to be master of my domain. You know what that means?
Oh, your Seinfeld reference?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So I'm giving
God.
that up for February.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Just to see if I could do it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then I'm gonna give it a break, and then I'm gonna redo this. I recommend.
Are we pinky swearing? I'll do it with you February.
You want to do it with me February?
Let's go.
Oh shit! It's on.
Just like Seinfeld.
Just like Seinfeld. I'm gonna be hitting you up on Instagram every day.
All right,
are you master of your domain?
I'll be master.
JYG.
Yeah, let's do it February.
February?
Thank God it's the shortest month.
I know. That's kind of. I looked up like,
God.
oh yeah, February's cool.
Please don't be a leap year.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I can't have that extra day.
I don't want that extra day.
My shit.
Oh my God.
My God.
I think we're gonna take up boxing in February just so I can get out some more frustration. Oh my God.
So that's what we're doing, and honestly, I really want you guys to challenge yourself and do this shit for yourself. Is give up a vice for a month that you love to do, whether it's coffee, whether it's not working out, to making sure that you work out instead of not working out.
Yeah.
Work out for a full month.
That's the best drug. Period. Exercise.
Talking about drugs, I want to tell you the worst drug.
What is the worst drug?
Sugar.
Yeah.
And everybody tries to give it to you.
Of course they do.
They're all like fucking crack dealers. At my work, we had Treat Tuesdays, and they bring sugar. They got offended because I didn't want to partake in their sugar. They brought stuff, and I'd be like, "Nah, I'm off sugar this month." I had this one young lady come up to me, and she had these cupcakes that she had made, and it's like, "You want a cupcake?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm off sugar." And she's just like, "Off sugar? The fuck? It's Christmas." I'm like, nah, I know. That's exactly why I'm doing this, because I want to be off sugar. I'm not trying to get fat. And I want to tell you right now, I'm jacked. Like, I'm ripped.
Not jacked, ripped.
I weigh about 165 after I eat, and in the morning I weigh 162, which is a bit light. I should be weighing about 165 in the morning and closer to 170 in the evening. That is my ideal weight. So I'm about maybe 6 pounds underweight right now, because the last couple of days I didn't eat. I ate one meal per day, because I just felt like it. I don't know, no diet. I just felt like it. But so I'm underweight. Most of it is water weight, and then most of it is just excess food.
And if you want to weigh yourself and you really want to know the most accurate weight, best time to weigh yourself is the moment you wake up.
Yeah, it is.
Don't do it in the middle of the day. Don't do it before you go to sleep. Do it the moment you wake up. Strip down to your boxers or your underwear, or completely butt naked. That's ideally the best way to weigh yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the most accurate weight that you could take of yourself. So if you got a scale at home, get naked when you wake up, let that piss out, and weigh yourself.
Take that morning dump, you know what I mean?
And weigh yourself. Don't eat yet, don't do any of it. Do your morning bathroom stuff, but don't weigh, don't drink, don't eat. Weigh yourself when you're naked. That's the most accurate weight you could have. So if you really want to know if you've lost your weight or put on the weight you're trying to put on, do it the moment you wake, like when you wake up, before you eat or drink anything. Because that will affect your weight as the day goes on. Believe me, it will.
Yeah.
Do it when you wake up. There's a healthy tip for you guys.
One of the things too I want to mention about that for me and my body, because it's weird because I keep these things in my head in terms of I check everything. So everything to me is process driven. And I just realized that I see processes, I can see breakdowns and shit. So when I weigh myself in the morning, I know that my underwear weighs about 0.3 pounds. So I account for that. So if I strip naked and I weigh myself and I weigh 162, I know in the evening time I'm probably going to weigh 3 to 4 pounds more when I weigh myself.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's the split.
100%.
And there's sometimes where I've gone and spread. I've done a spread of 6 to 7 pounds. So I weigh myself in the morning at 167, right? I eat, I go for a fucking run, I come back, I weigh myself, I'm 161.
Wow.
Yeah, most of it is water.
Yeah, of course, a lot of it's water.
Most of it is water, but I weigh 161. That's a huge split. That's 6 pounds.
Yeah.
And so I fluctuate anywhere from 161 to about 170. If I'm eating right and I'm truly happy, not that I'm not happy now. I'm amazingly happy. But if I'm not doing the sugar thing, then I'm actually about close to 170.
Fair enough.
But with the sugar thing, it's hard to get above 165 because it's mostly muscle. It's not fat. So that's my New Year's resolution. Again, I want to tell you all to challenge yourself every month, or for the next 3 months. Pick a vice, whatever it is, and try and live without it for 30 days. You'll be crazy. This is not the first time I did the no sugar thing. I did the no sugar thing last year before I went to Miami, and again, it's the same result. I got jacked. Unfortunately, when I went to LA, I ate a bunch of cake. This is why I got off the sugar in November, because November I went to LA. Yeah. And I ate a bunch of fucking cake. Yeah. And then you came back. And I came back. I'm like, how do I go to the beach and eat cake? I should have been, trimming down. But challenge yourself. Make sure you do that. And then get rid of your vices, because you'll understand that if you really are addicted to something, you won't be able to live without it. for 30 days.
Get addicted to the right shit, people.
Yeah, and sugar is
right
not
shit.
one of them. And I can tell you right now, I have a Jamaican rum cake in my fridge that I want to go eat right now, and I find it hard to go eat it because I don't really want the sugar, but I'm gonna eat that motherfucker
I don't
because
crave dessert. I never crave desserts.
That's
It's
Jamaican
easy,
rum
it's easy
cake.
for me
It
to
got
avoid.
rum in it.
It's easy for me to avoid dessert.
It's
So
got rum
easy.
in it. Yeah, I mean.
So easy.
But yeah, that's my focus. How did you prepare for the new year?
I haven't.
You don't reflect. You don't go back and
2017 is a year I completely want to forget.
Yeah,
now
but-
you could never actually. I can never actually forget the year. It's impossible. But
Yeah.
I'm going to try to put that thing as far behind me as possible.
All right.
It was a year that
So you don't meditate. You don't do none of that.
my meditation is being on a basketball court.
Okay.
Whether it's coaching or I haven't really played since May. My knee and my heel are so fucked up I can't play. But I'm coaching, and that is my zen. When I'm on the basketball court, it's like a zen to me. Or in the gym. When you're
It's
in
like
the gym,
boxing for me.
the gym and the basketball court are like the only zen I have.
So why I see you in the gym getting grizzly and shit. Why are you back? How are you back in the gym, and what motivated you to get back in the gym?
Anger.
Anger. So you want to get that frustration down.
I'm so angry. Yeah.
Uh,
Like there's reasons which I'm not going to divulge on here. Like you said, this is a respect thing. I have a respect thing. I'm not going to share that, but believe me,
but it's the anger that's driving
it's
you.
the greatest motivator for
Fucking
me.
go.
You know what? You know what? For me, since I was a kid,
Yeah.
like even when it came to sports, I always played my best, or I always did better in the gym when I was angry.
Yeah.
So when I have that anger, when I have a reason to be angry, I'm so much more motivated to be and work harder.
But
when it comes to the physical stuff,
It's got to be controlled though, right?
it is very controlled. Like I'll never hurt somebody. I'll never threaten anybody.
No, I mean
Not
some
like
people
that.
get angry, but they stop thinking.
No. I'm very controlled anger.
Okay.
Very, very controlled.
So
I'm like the Gray Hulk, not the Green Hulk. The Green Hulk was like
I need to figure out what the
crazy.
Grey Hulk does.
The Gray Hulk was when he was more like he could think, he could speak, he knew what the heck he was doing. The
Okay.
Green Hulk was more like it's just a
Neanderthal.
raging beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
no, I'm more like the Gray Hulk. Yeah. See?
Because for me,
The Gray Hulk right here.
when I was younger, anger would drive me, and I would play sports with anger, but I never played my best. Or sometimes I would play, but now I get angry, but I have this resolve around me when I get angry. So when I get angry, I have this resolve where it's just like, all right, time to focus. And then I start focusing. And I get into that. I get into that 48 laws of power, Sun Tzu, Art of War, Machiavelli type shit, and I go, all right, let me read you, let me see what I got to do to disarm you, to beat you, to completely embarrass you. And sometimes my skill set's not even up there, so I get my ass whooped. Yeah,
Don't worry, dude. Don't worry. Control anger. That's the only way to go for me, at least. That's like my friends and my teammates used to. Like they could even tell, like there were games I would start slow, and then they would literally tell me in timeouts like, get fucking angry, because they know the moment I get angry,
it's over.
It's over. It really was. So
hey bro, can we get
better.
Grey Hulk? Is Grey Hulk in the building?
Oh yeah, that was the anger I had. Grey Hulk anger.
Yeah.
What time do we got?
We already have 48 minutes.
Oh good, but how much time do we have left on that?
I'll probably do about an hour. I don't know how much time we have on.
Because we started that before we.
Yeah, but I'm gonna edit it.
Oh, then we're
and
good.
cut it up and make
Oh,
it
then we're
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing good then.
Put the intro in and all that.
But yeah.
Hopefully we don't get kicked off of YouTube.
But I'm already scared about one thing.
What?
This Seinfeld challenge we're doing.
You right?
I can't believe I agreed to that. I can't believe I just threw myself into that pinky. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna be checking on you like every. Are you the master your domain? Every night I'm gonna be asking you that before I'm like, you still the master your domain?
I don't even want to tell y'all what I do.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you have never watched Seinfeld.
But
and that's a shame.
But I'm gonna be master of my domain. You know
I'm gonna be master. I'm gonna win.
I don't know, man. I'm just like you. That is the one that I'm not worried about the weed. I'm not worried about the sugar. But that is the one that
that's a tough one, man. That's a real tough one.
Can I do this?
Because there's gonna be.
Now, I want to make this clear so everybody understand. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna be hitting skits. I'm gonna be hitting. Skins.
No, it's not. It's two totally different things.
Exactly. Okay.
Although, but anyone who's listened to this before knows it's gonna be like if I don't hit skins unless I'm dating somebody. So for me, it might
single as a dollar bill, but
very
skins
tough for me. It's gonna be really tough for me because I'm not dating anybody, and it's gonna be really.
So
tough.
we're like the devil and the angel.
We are.
I feel like I'm the devil and you're the angel.
I'm the angel.
So here's this: I am single as a dollar bill, and I'm gonna be hitting skins if I get the opportunity. Someone's gonna end up what they end up. But what if she just gives me a blowy? Is that still master of my domain?
No, it's not.
Because it's not me,
no,
right?
No. Master of your domain is
you control.
You're
controlling your domain.
Yeah.
So if Shorty wants to give
if it's coming from an outside source,
yeah,
it's not. You're not breaking the rule.
So if she wants to give me a little release. With
that's her choice.
What that mouth do, yeah.
That's her choice.
That's fine.
And that is not breaking the game.
I feel sorry for any girl that 2 weeks into this, and if I make it 2 weeks into this, and you want to do anything to that nature,
so if we're gonna do this,
I feel bad for you.
So if we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do it like the show, it's on
Someone's
the honor.
Pregnant. Someone's getting pregnant.
Honor
Mama.
system. This is all on the
honor.
honor
system. I'm gonna be honest.
We know I'm gonna be honest too. We've known each other a very long time. We have no worries about honor system.
So there's two tiers.
So no, anything that's not us mastering our domain, is okay because it's outside sourcing.
Yeah.
But if it's you breaking the game in that month, then we are the loser buys dinner.
All right, I got you. All right, so
loser buys dinner at the local pub.
No. This is it.
Or my local pub.
This is what we're gonna do. We have a tiered system. If you're not master of your domain, it doesn't mean you end the game there. You gotta now fess up. How many times did you slip up? So if we both slip up once, then it's just like, or should we go outlast, outrun?
No, first one to slip up loses.
All right,
just like the show.
Okay.
Just like the show.
All right.
So if February 1st comes, and by the time 12:01 a.m. on February 2nd comes and you've slipped up, it's over.
So at 12:01 February 1st rolls around, I'm sending you an email to say, and I'm gonna write this.
Or you're texting me or whatever. Doesn't matter.
I'm texting you and I'm saying, are you master?
You damn right I am.
It starts right now.
Starts right then and there. 12:01 February 1st.
Hey, you got. I'm master of my domain, y'all.
All right, loser buys beer and drinks.
Oh, by the way, you just
beer and drinks, food and drinks. I don't drink
next
alcohol,
month,
which is good for him if he loses. Because he doesn't have to worry about buying me alcohol.
Listen,
I don't buy alcohol. I don't drink.
I don't care about that.
I am the fucking angel in this fucking bromance we got going on here. Angel.
If I lose, I don't mind. I mean, but I'm just gonna warn you right now.
I'm competitive, dude. I'm not gonna lose.
I'm
as much as it's gonna.
I'm warning you right now. You just help me though.
I'm not gonna
because
lose.
If I did this by myself, it's likely I would have fucked up. Knowing that I'm competing now, I'm definitely not gonna fuck up.
I'm not losing.
Because you're as competitive as me. So
but here's the question then.
I'm gonna just be sending you.
Here's the question though. If say we both get to the end of the month and none of us, so March 1st, 12:01, March 1st, none of us lost, none of us caved. Are we gonna keep going until
overtime?
We go overtime. We go overtime.
No.
Yeah, we go overtime. Overtime.
Oh
overtime.
No, this can't be.
Overtime. Come on, overtime. Overtime. I don't think any of us are gonna survive that long.
Motherfucker.
But overtime.
I can't believe I just did that.
Oh my God, overtime.
I'm back to it.
I don't know if we'll get to the end of the month, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to Fred.
I think that's a way to end the friggin' first video/podcast. Overtiming on the Master of Our Domain Challenge. February, it's coming.
I wanna set up something for our next podcast though. So if you made it through the end, congratulations. I need that more insight. But on the next podcast, I'm going to talk to all the young ladies and some young men to kind of get contrasting views on what they think. I thought about this today, and over the last 6 years, I've been on and off single. I'm pretty much single today. And, it got me thinking because I'm reluctant to do the whole dating thing Again, because it's hard and it's hard on the pockets, and I want to talk about the pockets here. So one of the things I want to know is I want to talk to men and I want to talk to women, and I want to understand when it comes to the first date, who should pay. And I want to know what women say and what men say. And then when it comes to subsequent dates after the first date, who should pay? And I want to talk to men.
That could literally take a whole podcast to discuss. That's next time, next week,
So,
right? Yes.
so that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, I'm looking
next
forward to
week.
that.
And check out for my Instagram feed because I'm going to be posting this question on my Instagram feed. We'll probably post it on the Mega City Podcast feed. And if you're not following us on Instagram or all of that, you can follow myself at my regular Instagram, which is at Castro with a 0. Or you can follow the podcast on Instagram and Twitter at MCE Podcasts on both. And then you can follow JYG on his Instagram, which is
Gary S. ESS. It's the last part.
We got a bunch of Mega City stuff coming to you right now, and for this challenge, you're going to want to follow our Instagram because Instagram has this new feature where we could podcast, where we could do Insta Live videos. So we'll do short Insta Live videos, no longer than 5 or 3 minutes, where I'll be checking into with Gary on a weekly basis.
Oh my God.
We're gonna be live on Instagram talking about mastering our domain. Check that out, and you can see the pain, the anguish, the success, and everything that we do when it comes to this challenge.
I'm gonna go from Grey Hulk to Green Hulk by the end of that month.
Master of domain. And what I'm gonna suggest that we do is that anytime you want to throw out one of those videos that you're doing, hit me up and say, hey, you want to do an Insta Live, and we can do both videos. It's a split screen like CNN stuff.
Okay. And
then we can actually have feedback. And then some of my friends, I'm going to invite you onto that video to do it. I'm a force Yasher to do it because I like her thoughts, and she gets a little shy, but I'm going to force her to do it.
And once he teaches me how to do that, I'm sure there'll be people I'll ask to do it.
And I'm gonna invite Cali's champ because bro, you gotta do it. I'm my homeboy that did the podcast, Jamil. I can't remember his full Insta name or his full name to give you, but I might add him on there too. To get his thing because he's live with the videos. So what I'm really trying to do with this podcast is entertain you guys with content that is being refined a little bit, but I don't want it to be too refined. I still want this to be fun and stupid, but I still want to also try and get guests to educate you as well, where I'm going to get them to do their specialties. So with that saying, when we do our Insta, I'm going to try and change the game, and I haven't seen this yet. So if you see any other podcast that is doing this on Insta, they got it from me, because that's my idea to do this quick 3 to 5 minute podcast on Insta, and it's live. You guys can play around with it. You guys can interact with it, and we're gonna have multiple people. If not, I'll do them myself, or I'll do them with just JYG. Because sometimes we got some shit we got to get off our chest. So if you want to get some shit off our chest, we get it off on MCE Podcast, or you get it off on your own. But and then we invite some people to join in the conversation, and then that's what we're gonna do. So follow us. And you didn't say your did you say your Instagram?
I did. Yeah.
All right. So we got JYG's Instagram. We got my Instagram. We got MCE Instagram. It's the Mega City Podcast. This was episode 53. Welcome
54.
54?
I think 54.
I did 53,
Yeah,
okay, so this has been episode 54.
And number 1, where you could actually see us.
Yeah, I mean...
The devil, who's good looking, and the angel, who's grizzly.
Beastly handsome.
Grizzly.
You know what I mean?
Just grizzly, not handsome.
Listen,
just grizzly.
You got that lumberjack...
Grey Hulk, guys. Grey Hulk.
Lumberjack handsome.
Grey Hulk look.
Listen, you talk to one of those biker chicks, you know what I mean? The mamas.
They'll love me.
Oh.
They'll love me.
Man, Sons of Anarchy. I wish that would have come
Great
back.
show, dude. It will. But we'll talk about that on the next
Oh,
one.
yeah, the spin-off.
I'll tell you exactly the stuff that they're gonna do.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll talk about that. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's the Mega City Podcast. I'm your host, Castro. This is JY.
JYG.
Hey, Gangsta Party. We out. One.
Tiny mic
One.
drop.
Skitty pop, pop, pop.
Boom! Single. I know who I want, but I'm still single.
As a dollar bill.